सुप्रभात. आजच्या कामकाजाक सुरू करूया. तारांकित प्रश्न क्रमांक 1 श्रीमती जेनिफर मोन्सेरात.
Sir, may I be permitted to ask question 1A?
So 1A.
Speaker, sir, I would like to ask the Honorable CM whether there was an actual ban in writing, or was there a verbal instructions given due to which all recruitment was kept pending? What was the reason for the same, and how many vacancies has this created? And if there was a ban, when did you lift it? And would all these vacancies that had to be filled up affect the functioning of the government in any way?
Normally, when the election starts approaching, there is a rush of, just a financial year gets closure, comes to closure, there is a rush of expenditure. So we put some restrictions. Even during 2012, before election, there were complaints and cases also which came into realization that मागीर काडून फाटल्या डेटीन दिवपाचो प्रयत्न जाल्लो. म्हणून ह्या खेपा गव्हर्मेंटान असो निर्णय घेतलो आनी तातूंतय 7th पे लागलेले की वेल इन एडवान्स this rush of employment has to be stopped, because the rush of employment is only for election purpose. It may not be as per the requirement of the department. So on 22/11/2016 at 5 o'clock, वरा इतल्याकूच सांगता की 1 or 2 cases are there where in the morning some orders were issued. Ban on all recruitment processes in government departments and grant in aid institute, levi केले. So with that, all processes halted where they are. Now, on 11/7, government has issued memorandum which supersedes this memorandum. It says that all the vacancies which were advertised but were further process of conduct of written examination and or computer test, proficiency test or viva or say interview as applicable has not been undertaken. In such cases, the process shall be treated as cancelled. That means only where invitation or applications were called in and no exam or no computer test, nothing was carried out. Only the applications have been received and maybe applications have been processed, they are treated as cancelled. In all other cases where the process of conduct of written examination or computer test, proficiency test and or viva or say interview as applicable has been carried out, the vacancies as notified in the advertisement shall be permitted to be filled by following due procedure. That means you can complete the procedure. If you have taken an exam, like for example in many of the police departments, some 16 different varieties, exams are conducted, physical was conducted, they can proceed. That means there the ban has been lifted. Provided that in a case of faulty recruitment procedure, the de novo process as per current vacancies available and with revised instruction be followed. 1 or 2 cases it has been noted that the procedure which they have done halfway is not correct. So there they have to start again, but they are permitted to start again.
Speaker, sir.
Yes, you can.
So you are assuring that all the candidates who have completed the recruitments correctly will be given their jobs. Would you consider...
I'm not aware where the process is.
Yeah.
If someone has been given letter of appointment, he will be given the job. But in some cases where the letter of appointment has not been given, if the department thinks that the procedure is faulty, they can cancel the full exercise.
Would you consider reserving or considering some jobs which are there on compassionate grounds? I have come to believe that the personnel department has banned filling up of compassionate appointments for cases already approved. Would you look into it?
No, there is no ban on compassionate SI. There are about 362, I think, if I am not mistaken, cases of compensatory appointment which are in the process and they are not been delivered only because the vacancies available and the qualification the person have does not match. Even on compensate appointment, we give the person, tomorrow it should not happen that a BCom graduate is given a peon's job. So I have to give him at least a clerk's job, because I can give only up to clerk's job. I can't give gazetted officer, or I think the member can sit. Gazetted
Sir Nilesh
officer
Cabral.
or other
Nilesh
posts.
Cabral.
So except these 362 cases,
Okay, you can.
the rest of the cases, they have already given the orders for filling. These pending cases where it is approved, the appointment is approved, but because of matching, it is not happening. We have decided that we will analyze and do a one-shot exercise of absorbing them, because they can't go on waiting on list for very long.
Yeah.
So I am doing that exercise. It may take 2-3 months, but by this year end we should be almost absorbing the 362.
Okay, my last question is, there's a circular issued by Personnel Department that fresh NOC is to be taken by various departments for the recruitment that is already completed. Now, won't this delay the process further?
No, there is no. This is the last circular. What you are referring to is maybe intermediate circular.
Okay.
But the last circular 11, it says that in supersession of all the instructions, that means all earlier circulars are null and void. This is the circular which very clearly says that where the process has begun, they can proceed further. Or they can cancel it if they find that it is a faulty, and they can start again. But where the process had not gone beyond collecting the application, where they have just collected the application, means advertisement was done, but no finality had come to it. There they are cancelled. What we are going for is now in certain common type of requirement, like clerical. Then there are a few more recruitment where the commonality is there. That means any department, whether it is police department or whether it is some other department, the RR are common. There we are going for a common exam, and a list for the year will be published in one shot. So that suppose there is 2,000 vacancies or 1,500 vacancies, all 1,500 will be listed what is going to happen for next 1 year, full year, and they will be advertised in advance before the December. Once you advertise them, you take all their exams and complete and prepare the list. Then department will have to take it from, so that people don't have to appear for exam again and again. So we are clubbing that. Like for example, constable post is there. All constable posts have the same RR. So whatever vacancy is going to get created will be advertised only once.
Sri Nilesh Cabral.
I would request Honorable CM and also ask him, now since the process is very clear, Honorable CM has explained, I only want to ask him, Speaker Sir, whether when the people had applied for this particular jobs, that time they were eligible because of the age group. Now because the government had kept on hold, whether they will be made eligible as and when the posts are eligible, because that is one part, Speaker Sir. Second part is, Speaker
Yes,
Sir,
we will take into consideration that those who had applied only can also reapply.
even if the ages have gone above.
The age part will be relaxed to that extent.
Okay, sir. And Speaker Sir,
Only once, huh?
yeah, only one, sir. And Speaker, sir, the other question is, there is like how you have said compensatory jobs on compensation harness cases, you are going to take one time and finish them off. Similarly, Speaker, sir, freedom fighters, it is a pending issue which is there for a long time. Whether such consideration you will be doing and finishing once and for all that freedom fighter relaxation.
Freedom fighter compensatory appointments are being considered for one shot clearances.
Thank you, sir.
Because unnecessary the list remains, and the headache is there because everyone comes, अरे मजे किती आला त्यामुळे शेवटी ते आता freedom fighter for example, the number is fixed now.
Yeah, fixed.
So we will
Finish once and for all. Yeah.
one
Thank you,
shot
sir.
we will do it.
Thank you, Speaker.
Sri Digambar Kamath.
Chief Minister has said that those who have completed the formalities of answering exams, where they will be given for considered for recruitment. Now there are some cases, one or two departments, they have only taken written examination. Even they had only appeared for written examination. They have not even declared their results today.
No, not necessary. It is up to the department to decide whether they proceed further or they cancel the exam.
Will they? You will give them liberty?
No, from personnel side, we have given them clearance to proceed.
So even if
It is for the department to decide. There are many issues.
This is only if written examination is taken, they will go forward with because they have, some of them might have passed.
Once one of the procedure is completed, for example, in case of police, if they have already taken the physical test, they can proceed further.
Second, with respect to compassionate ground, he says he is going to create one time, you will issue one time this. There are some cases in this compassionate ground where husband has died. Now, there is no family to look after the wife and the children. So, at least some such type of 3-4 cases or 5 cases which are there, will government can consider on...
Guys, the compensate groundaचेर आमचो जितलो
humanitarian
रिलॅक्स रूल आहा पळय तितलो कोणाचोच ना 3 लाख इन्कम पर्यंत आमी कॉम्पेन्सेट धरता खरें म्हणजे 3 लाख इन्कम इज नॉट अ कॉम्पेन्सेट हें फिगर कॉम्पेन्सेट म्हणजे इन डिस्ट्रेस असत फॅमिली जाल्यार ताका मदत करप त्यामुळे आनीक तातूंत भितर रिलॅक्सेशन दिणें बरोबर जावचें ना
I am not saying giving relaxation. What I am saying, they are already there in the list. Their names are the list. जाला परिस्थिती कितें म्हणजे हांव आतां मडगांवांत एक 2 केसी अश्यो आसा घोव आनी बायल आनी 2 भुरग्यां बायल सामकी SSC कितें जालें अशी कांय करना घोव मेलो घोव सडनली एटॅक आयलो आनी मेलो एकलो एक्सिडेंटान मेलो अशें बाकीच्याय कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सीनी आसपास शकता असले केसींनी जस्ट ऑन द म्हणजे दे आर देर नाव फॉर 1 or 2 years दे आर देर इन द लिस्ट तांचे टर्न येतलो पूण तांकां टर्न येवपाक सद्या तांकां म्हणजे खावपाक जेवपाक भुरग्यांक शिकोवप कितेंय करपाक परिस्थिती बिकट ऑन ह्युमॅनिटेरियन ग्राउंड गव्हर्नमेंट कॅन कन्सिडर सच केसीस
पयलीं म्हणजे बिकट आसा हाच्या संदर्भात म्हजो मातसो क्वेश्चन म्हाका 3 लाख पर्यंत इन्कम आमी हें केलां आनी नॉर्मली कॉम्पेन्सेशन आतां सरकारी नोकराक ताजें हाजें रिजनेबल मेळटा म्हणजे एकदम बिकट आसता अशी ना पण हांवें आतां एक सांगलें की आय एम क्लियरींग द फूल लिस्ट I am trying to clear the full 362 list, maybe within 1 year, less than 1 year period, we will clear the list.
Sri Glenn Diclo.
Speaker, sir, I would like to ask the Honorable Chief Minister that all we know and all the MLAs, Honorable MLAs will agree with me, everyone is hungry for government jobs nowadays. And if one says that in some departments, some corporations, they are overloaded with jobs, means they have extra stuff, but some departments have less stuff. Some departments have stuff which are lapsed. Some are waiting for promotion. Some are promoted but in the same department. So how will this check and balances, I would like the...
No,
recruitment is on recruitment only.
No, it has nothing to do with recruitment. It is a ARD question. We are putting in HRD specialist on all government department कारण ARD डिपार्टमेंटाकडे हे सगळे इंडिविज्युअली हँडल करपाक जायना डिपार्टमेंट वायज प्रोग्राम will be published by 30th September how we are going for each department. There are departments where there is shortage. Creation ना म्हणून shortage जालें आता उदाहरण कलेक्टरेट दिल्ली आमी कालूच एक्सरसाइज केलो स्टार्ट केलो कलेक्टरेटान आमी कितलेशे डेप्युटी कलेक्टर तयार केले ताजे बरोबर एडेक्वेट मॅन पॉवर तयार केली कारण एक डेप्युटी कलेक्टराचे पोस्ट जर तूं म्हापशा तयार केलो किंवा पेडण्या तयार केलो ही रिक्वायर्स स्टाफ फॉर हँडलिंग द इश्यूज तो न केल्यामुळे त्यो कलेक्टरेट करून दे आर वर्किंग एट अ एफिशियन्सी रेट ऑफ 25% 30% बिकॉज दे डोंट हॅव प्रॉपर मॅन पॉवर डेटा एंट्री ऑपरेटर जाय टेम्पररी ताका दिल्या पण परमनंट स्ट्रक्चर आमी HR म्हणजे एजन्सी घेता जांकां असो अनुभव आहा ते रिकमेंडेशन करतले मागीर आमचे ARD ताजेर तांच्यांनी दिल्ल्या रिकमेंडेशनाचेर इट बिकम्स इजियर फॉर ARD टू डू द एक्सरसाइज वील डू दीस
तारांकित प्रश्न क्रमांक 2 माननीय श्री प्रताप सिंह राणे.
I would like to take question number 2B.
2B.
Yes.
reply is as laid on the table of the House.
Mr. Speaker, my question number A says whether the government intends to take care of all dairy and milking cows that are not able to produce milk and are of no use to the farmers as there is a ban on slaughter of cows. This ban is there right from the beginning when we formed the Constitution. The directive principles of the Constitution, which are not to be implemented or are not enforceable, but it is an ideal that we shall not kill cows. My question is, what do we do with this cattle? I myself have a big problem. I have got about 84 cows, milking cows. Such people, I have a dairy.
It's a right question.
Now, I am asking this question from the practical point of view. What do I do with the cow when she becomes very old? This is a problem for all our farmers. The reason is very simple.
Because, sir, Uttar Diyo?
No, I just want to say
Because
that cow is a revered animal in this country. Now, what do we do with it? That is what I'd like
because,
to...
sir, म्हाका दिसता ऑनरेबल मेंबर प्रताप सिंग राणेन एक अत्यंत रेलेवंट प्रश्न उठयला. ताचे बरोबर तांच्यांनी एक गजाल जी सांगली की बॅन ऑन काव स्लॉटर is existing in Goa for very long time. All over India? Not all over. 24 states out of 29 have cow ban. Goa is also amongst them. In 1978 the law was enacted. And I do agree that it can become a burden on the farmer, particularly when dairy is considered as a business. Now we have come out with a stray cattle scheme. I don't mind to implement similar type of scheme for the individual farmer where the cow भाकड जाली की ना म्हणजे ती दूध दिना आता अशें जालें की आपल्या आवयक जशें आमी भायर उडोवपाक धजना किंवा करचें न्ही तशें म्हाका दिसता गायक सुद्दां त्या फार्मरान पोसची. I will come out with a scheme where we will support the farmer for feeding that cow.
I'm very happy with the answer. Because we can't leave the animal. See, when you look after an animal, it's like a member of the family. Right. And I can't, after feeding her, looking after the, right from the calf stage, where Honorable, the government, Honorable Chief Minister also knows that there is a scheme to look after the cow till it calves, when the cow is born. I have got there is a proposal from the NDDB for me that they have purchased animals from Denmark, very expensive breeding bulls, and they said, you keep the cow, if a calf, male calf is born, we will take it. But they want to use it for breeding. Now, in this case, after so many cows, what do I do? You see, I have to look after them.
I think we should...
this is a problem for all of us.
We should combine the equation of milk with compensation. And I will look into it because I am aware of these problems. I will look into it. Give me 3-4 months. I will definitely work out a mechanism by which a farmer does not go into loss because of male calf or old cows.
No, a male calf, the slaughter is permitted, but not a female.
You can't permit it as per Animal Cruelty Act until the bull is up to 12 years. You can't...
not a draught animal.
So, government believes in ban on cow slaughter. We are sincerely with it. Therefore, we will support financially for maintenance of it.
Speaker sir, म्हणजे इतलेंच एक सजेशन मुख्यमंत्र्यांक की एक तुमी म्हणला तें सारकें आसा पूण तातूंत भितरच जांकां दूद मेळना ते गायीक जेन्ना शेतकरी परत विकी आनी तांकां तातूंतल्यान कितें तरी मेळ्ळा आतां कांय तें मेळचें ना आनी कोण घेवचो ना पूण तुमी तें घेता आसतना किंवा सांबाळ करता आसतना आपणा घरा सारकी फेसिलिटी बी दिवन तांकां घेवन तांकां कितें तरी शेतकऱ्यांक मोबदल्यात कितें तरी दिवूं जाय. शेतकऱ्यांक नाजाल्यार
शेतकऱ्याकूच सांगलें हांवें. म्हाका दिसता ऑनरेबल ex-chief minister is an agriculturist himself also. And he has quite a big dairy business also. So he has raised a very valid point. He understood what I said. I said that once the cow, म्हणजे कोंकणीन सारकें क्लियर सांगता, भाकड जाली ताका भाकड जावप म्हणटा. गाय भाकड जाली की ती मरपर्यंत तिका पोसचें पडटा शेतकऱ्याक आनी दॅट बिकम्स अ बर्डन ऑन द फार्मर. Maybe Pratap Singh Rane can bear the cost or afford it. But many of the farmers, no, he also can't afford it for the business. As a individual, he can maybe able to afford it. And that can become a burden on him, permanent burden on him. So I said, on the lines of stray cattle management scheme, I will come out with a scheme for individual dairy farmer to get some sustenance on a cow which does not yield milk so that he can maintain her. I will not take the म्हणजे तुम्ही काढून ओल्ड एज होमान जशे जाणट्यांक धाडटा तशें न्हय, तुमीच पोसा, तुमकां हांव खर्च दिता. आय विल गिव द एक्सपेन्सीस. दॅट इज वॉट आय सेड. गिव मी 2-3 months, I will work out the scheme.
चेचेल आलेमो.
आता सीएमान आन्सर दिले त्या प्रमाणे आनी आमचो क्वेश्चन घालपी एक्स सीएम प्रताप सिंग राणे कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन आहा म्हणटा तो आसलेलें. म्हाका सदां मारगांव वयता आसतना मारगांव येता आसतना हाऱ्या बांदार म्हगेल्या भुरगेपणाक ज्यो जाण जाल्ल्यो गोरवां हाडून थिंग दवरून मारताले, गाया माताले माताले आय गाय गाय तूं आज सांगत रे तें गाय मात आम चयल न्हू तूं आज सांगत तें आय मातसो मागलो दी मागलो स्पीकर मागलो दी पिला.
As of now the law says that you can't slaughter a cow.
नाव हांव कितें म्हणटा हांव आज आतां
भुरग्यापणान हांव
आतां तुगे हांव म्हगे भुरगेपणांत सांगना थोड्या वर्सां हांव भुरग्यापणा उलयना हांव थोड्या वर्सां आदीं सांगता. हाऱ्या बांदा असो येता आसतना थिंगा लायन इन सारक्यो गोरवांक गाय जाण जाताय कितें आसता एक फार्मार एक गाय घेता दूध
घेपणात म्हणजे इयर सांगा म्हणजे
आतां सांगत तुका हांव 5-10 वर्स.
Question is not on slaughtering. Question
is
is
मागलो दी मागीर तुमी सांगा मागलो दी. हांव कितें म्हणटा एक 10-15 वर्सां आदीं खबर आसा तुका हेच्या चड न्हू भुरगेपणा म्हणल्यार आमी ल्हान केन्ना खबर जाली हे 15 वर्सां फुडें
15 वर्सां पयलीं
जे आयक
15 वर्सां पयलीं भुरगो आशिल्लो. 1991 he became chief
भुरगेपणा म्हणला स्पीकर सर
I strongly object to it because 28 years back he was chief minister of the state. That means
कंप्लीट करता सांगती हांवें सांगिलां भुरगेपणा खबर न्हू मई 15 वर्सां फुडें
15 आनी चड आसतली
15 वर्सां फुडें
78 नंतर legally slaughtering a cow is banned in the state of Goa. It is illegal action if someone
स्पीकर सर म्हाका उलोव दी म्हाका काबार करता न्हू 15 वर्सां फुडें ह्यो गाय जेन्ना एक फार्मार वता दूद दिना म्हणून तो कितें कोणाकूच कोण वता इंकपाक मारपाक वताय थिंगा वताले. आतां पळय सारकें बॅन जालां मानता बॅन जालें आनी बॅन दवरपा जाय. पूण हांव कितें म्हणटा एक फार्मारान तर एक गोरवां घेयलें आनी समज तें दुदा लागून गेलें आनी दूद ती दिना आनी तेका जाण जा पासून आमगे सीएमान सांगलां तेका हावळी बाळ दिवपाक तो हें करतलो. पूण तेजो प्रेस त्या फार्माराक आतां आमगे बाब एक सीएमान राणे तेका घोटा गोणा तेमी कितें करपाचें.
स्पीकर सर गाय दोन गोष्टी ह्या भितर इकॉनॉमिक्स आनी सेंटिमेंट. आय एम इन फॅक्ट क्वायट प्लीज टू हियर हिम सेईंग दॅट गायक स्लॉटर करूंक जायना म्हणून ताणें म्हणलें ताचे बद्दल हांव आभारी आसा तुजो. पण मेन इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग हांव सांगूंक सोदता तातूंत भितरलो इकॉनॉमिक्स पार्ट जो आसा जो गाय दूद दिता पळय तो पार्ट इज द इकॉनॉमिक्स पार्ट ऑफ इट. द कॉस्ट ऑफ cow is recovered during the milking time. The cost of cow is recovered and profit is also made. And whatever we give, almost 10 rupees per liter, gives enough profit. म्हणजे economics दाखोवंक जाल्यार हांव दाखयता. The problems are different. The economics of the scale, Goa is the only state which gives 10 rupees almost per liter as a subsidy. So the economics of cow during the milking period is very much existing. The problem comes that once she stops yielding milk, she becomes burden on the farmer. I said that I will sustain that till her death. I will work out a mechanism. I will send you an advance copy of the concept so that you can suggest if there are any technical glitches or any difficulties which might come in. I will work out a scheme by which the cow, which has already paid for herself, can be sustained till her death, so that farmer doesn't have to send it or sell it. We will sustain that.
Question number 3, Sri Glenn Tiklo.
Speaker, sir, may I be permitted to ask star LQ 3A?
Reply is as laid on the table of the House.
Speaker, sir, in fact, ABC, in fact, the answers seems to be quite satisfactory. So, yes, sir, Director of Archives and Archaeology intends to develop Kurnia Fort as heritage touristic destination in the near future. B says the Director has empaneled conservation architects to undertake the restoration of various protected monuments in the state of Goa. And C, the answer is vegetation clearance, debris clearance, minor repairs, etc. will be carried out immediately after monsoon, that is in October 2017. Thereafter, the restoration of the fort will be undertaken with the help of the empaneled conservation architects. Speaker, sir, my only request is, as in the last tenure, forts were taken up by a government, which was the last 5 years, and that time, my Honorable Chief Minister, who is now also Chief Minister, told me that in this tenure, fortunately, I'm here back again, that you would take it immediately, and which also could give the touristic importance once the fort is restored, Kurnia Fort. So my request is, although I asked this question on 3 occasions, this is the 4th time, my request is to tell the Honorable Chief Minister to give me a preference and get this fort restored as soon as possible, or as a special case, the first fort among the other forts in the state of Goa.
Because sir, फोर्टांचे एकूच प्रॉब्लेम आहा ते म्हणजे फोर्ट जे असता ते एक म्हणजे दे आर नोटिफाईड अंडर द एक्ट सो यू कॅनॉट डू इट म्हणजे हांव जेन्ना गोवा मेडिकल कॉलेजच्या पोन्न्या बिल्डिंगेन गेल्लो फर्स्ट टायम फॉर फिल्म फेस्टिवलची तयारी करपाक तेन्ना आय सॉ व्हेरी फनी थिंग्स देर वर इट वॉज यूज एज अ हॉस्पिटल बट हॉस्पिटलान भितर इतली पोन्न्या बिल्डिंगेन केल्लें कितें PWDन जाल्यार दे हॅव फिटेड टॉयलेट सीट्स टॉयलेट्स with the only good part of it is that you could enjoy Mandovi sitting there. Varanड्याक टॉयलेटीन कन्वर्ट केल्लो फक्त डायरेक्शन समोर मांडवी दिसती पडटाली वयर चडटा आसतना जितली पळय पोन्ने तिजुले आनी वेगवेगळे हे आशिल्ले ग्रीन कलरचे ओल्ड क्ले हे आर्टिस्टीक डिजायन फुलांचे तातून भितर ज्या जाग्यार फुटलेले पळय थंय हाडून धवी टायल दसयल्ली म्हणजे पॅच वर्क केल्ले दॅट इज नॉट परमिटेड आमी ते मागीर काडून तश्योच करून घेतल्यो खर्च करून आनी बसयल्यो आनी त्यामुळे नाव इट मॅचीस सच टायप ऑफ वर्क इज नॉट परमिटेड इन द आर्कियोलॉजिकली इम्पॉर्टंट सायट दे हॅव टू बी रिस्टोर्ड विथ द सेम ओल्ड स्टायल ओल्ड मॉडेल त्यामुळे सिमीट वापरपाक येना बऱ्याच जाग्यार त्यामुळे आर्किटेक्ट कन्झर्वेटिव्ह आर्किटेक्ट हॅज बीन इन्वॉल्वड मनी विल नॉट बी शॉर्ट बट वी विल हॅव टू प्रोग्रेस थ्रू हीज एडवायस आणि त्यामुळे आय कांट हरी बिकॉज दिस इज अ थिंग विच हॅज टू बी डन इन अ पर्टिक्युलर वे
Speaker, but can you give an assurance because the Honorable Chief Minister
money will not be a shortage म्हणून सांगले नाही
yeah will be
the rest I can't decide because it is up to architect to come out with a plan.
No, why I'm saying Speaker, because that place is a beautiful place. In fact,
So,
although it's supposed to be best
there are
village in the
CRZ
world,
issues involved.
beautiful village.
There are archaeology and archaeological archives laws involved, and it has to be restored with a old flavor, the original flavor. So these are the only 3 difficulties. These are not in my hand.
Yes,
These difficulties has to be proceeded through the law legal provisions or the technology architectural heritage.
I'm hopeful that you will
Money
do it.
part, I am promising you that it will not stop because of lack of funds.
Yeah, but I'm hopeful because you will do it in this tenure of mine.
I'll
Thank
follow
you.
it.
Sri Nilesh Cabral.
Honorable CM has answered Glenn's question well. I only hope that these things go faster. Speaker sir, I only want to clarification on Honorable CM. Forts are normally at the very high peak. And now people when they come to see movement of going to that fort becomes difficult. And any activity within 200 meters or 80 meters is not permissible. But all over the world, I have gone to so many forts. There are ropeways connecting to each fort from the ground level.
I do not think it is not permissible. It is basically is permissible with appropriate authorities' permission. This is my, I am not 100% sure, but this is my reading about it. Because when Old Goa road was also developed, the same type of problem came, but we took permission ultimately, and it was permitted afterwards.
These are, what you are saying, sir, is
I
yes.
think he has a problem of ropeway for Reshmagush Fort. His support system comes at about 82 meters from the
35
edge of
meters.
the fort. You apply, ask the people, your department, to apply to archaeology. We will, within the law, we will permit it.
Question 4A. 4. Sri Luizin Faleru. Yes.